Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Akil, and welcome to my review of Rurouni Kenshin Season 1, guys. Now, this is for the 1996 original anime that aired back 30 years ago, which is wild to think that this show is 3 decades old, but it is. Now, I know there's the new one going on, but I chose to watch this because it's actually finished, and I prefer to watch something that's actually finished, despite me watching One Piece, but that's besides the point. I mean, like, I will watch the next arc once it finishes. But anyway, Rurouni Kenshin, what did I think? Well, honestly, I had a really good time with this show, guys. Yeah, I did. There's some episodes that I wasn't a big fan of, but this show actually really surprised me. For one, the action is pretty intense. Two, for a 30-year-old show, I think it's held up fairly well. And three, I actually dug the characters and what the show was going for. And I like how this show was pretty heavy at times. I love that. So, yeah. So, basically, the first season is called the Wandering Samurai arc. I think, yeah, Wandering Samurai arc. Yeah, it's called that. And, well, not I think, I should know that. Yeah. And basically, it involves Rurouni Kenshin, should I say, Himura Kenshin encountering this character known as Miss Karu, and that's what he calls her. Her name is actually Karu Kima, yeah. And ba- Kamiya, sorry, Karu Kamiya. And basically, the two of them, along with two other characters, just go around helping people. That's pretty much what the show is. In a way, it kind of feels like it's like a superior show where they just go help people do things. There's not like a straight up overall plot. But as the show progresses over time, you do start to learn about the characters more, and yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And I love how the show actually takes its time to tell its story, I would say. Yeah, I actually love how it takes its time to tell its like story to like develop the characters, and I love how there are like reoccurring like characters and story arcs throughout each season, a couple of episodes. So like it's not just one episode and that's it. So yeah, I love that about it. Now, in terms of the things that I did like in this season, I thought the action was great. I love the action. The sword fighting is awesome. This show has some of the best sword fighting I think I've ever seen. And despite the characters not really fully killing each other, and I won't explain why, that will be a spoiler, it still works very well. Another thing I liked are the characters. I thought Kenshin was good. I thought Karu was good. I thought Sanosuke was good. And yeah, the oh my god, the one starting with the Y, yeah, that character. I don't want to say the wrong name. I was just thinking about it. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, him as well. And then some of the other characters that they come across, I think, are pretty cool and good and unique for what they are. But those four characters pretty much make up the show. There is also a older man that is also kind of their uh friend in a way. Like they kind of live with him, and then they have two little girls who's that man's granddaughter. So those two little girls are there, and they're cute, they're adorable. They add something to the show. And then there's Megumi, who's like the doctor, another supporting character. Now, I'm sure there's going to be others as the show goes on. I'm only 27 episodes into it. This is a 95 episode long show. So it's fairly long. It's almost 100 episodes, but shorter than Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter and some of the anime I've watched. But it is around the length of AOT. So, yeah. And one other thing I actually did like was the themes. I love the themes that the show kind of tackles, and it really adds something to it. I thought this would just be a classic anime, kind of like Yu Yu Hakusho, that wasn't gonna go so hard and heavy on the themes. But I love that the show actually does, and I feel like it actually blends and walks on a fine line between when to be overly super serious and when to be comedic, because the humor does work. And I love the expressions on the characters' face. That's something on their faces, I should say. That's something I would never get tired of when it comes to anime. Only anime can pull off something like this. Now, in terms of things I didn't like, despite it being 27 episodes, I felt the pacing was a bit off at times. Like some parts felt repetitive in terms of like how the episodes were structured. Some episodes felt like they weren't necessarily needed. And then another thing I didn't like, speaking of repetitiveness, sometimes the humor can be a bit much. I felt like I also love the music. There's one piece of music I love that it's to do with the villains, if you know, you know, I would say. But overall, I loved Rurouni Kenshin. I think this is gonna be probably one of my favorite anime ever, honestly. And I'm so glad this anime won me over because I was not quite sure how it would work. But the more I think about it, I like it more than I like it less. The characters work for me. I already ship the main two characters. The action is awesome and the themes are good. I love the themes. I did hear the second season, the next is it 35? I think it's the next 35 or 37 episodes. I can't remember. Somewhere around there. But the point is that the next arc, next season, whatever you want to call it, is apparently one of the best in all of anime. So let's see what happens. Well, that's what serialized users tell me. But guys, overall, I love Rurouni Kenshin season 1. And yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I loved it. I thought it was great. But there you have it, guys. That's my review of Rurouni Kenshin season 1. Tomorrow I'll be seeing the Odyssey. I'll be having my review for that only when I come back from watching the movie. Obviously, I won't be doing a out of the theater review. Like, I know I've done that before, but I prefer doing it at home. So yeah. But guys, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name is Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.